She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
Alright, if you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Or excuse me, Jaron Church did a $5 super chat. He says, I'm tired of the playthrough. Hope this is the last day and we'll get Street Fighter tomorrow. I like you, but I can't watch this anymore. Now here's the truth, right? Listen to Jaron. I'm playing this game as much as I can to beat it as fast as I can, so it's not a drawn-out playthrough, and people are tired of it already. Do you see? But what's happened is very simple. People are used to variety on this channel. 100%. People now, they're so used to it. Phil plays a different game every stream. He doesn't play too much of one game. So the mentality is when I play a lot of one game, people can't stomach it. I get it. I get it. That's why I do the variety I do, but that's also why it takes me so much longer to beat games, because I'm balancing and people like that variety structure. So the way we're doing it is like this. Today, the daytime stream is Resident Evil Requiem. We're going to see how far we can get. Tonight, it's RimWorld returning, and it's going to be a very stressful RimWorld stream. We're in a situation where we have to fight a bunch of robots, and we're not really well equipped to fight them. I'm not feeling too good about tonight's late stream. I think people are going to die. Let's put it that way. Okay. Tomorrow, yes, the daytime stream again will be Resident Evil Requiem, but I actually want to do a podcast because it's the second podcast of the week, and I want to summarize all of my thoughts about the game in one place, and that's the place to do it. And then we're going to see if we can beat it. If we do not beat Requiem tomorrow, all right, then we are going to finish it tomorrow night. So understand that if we don't beat it on the day stream tomorrow, I want to finish the game tomorrow. I don't want this to be a lingering playthrough that continues into next week. I want it done so that way people can see the ending and we can move on. All right. So tomorrow we're beating it one way or another. If we do complete it on the first stream, then it's going to be Street Fighter on the late stream. Who am I using? I don't know, but not Sagat. I don't remember how to fucking use him. So we're probably just going to pick any random character, maybe Dalzim or something, and we'll just play and we'll have a time with Street Fighter tomorrow night. Okay. And then the Retrothon is Friday. So then people can stop complaining that they want another game because it will be done with this one. Thank you to William for $1.49 super sticker, which is a shining diamond. Thank you to William for that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Someone tipped $1 and says, I am seeing an alarming trend that bigger streamers basically get games, rush through them, and then kind of toss them out and play other stuff right away. And what do you think about that? I've already explained. Listen, they can do that, but that's not the kind of content that I put out, okay? There's a difference between I'm a streamer that's just there to entertain my audience in the now, do whatever's hot, and move right on to the next, or someone who's trying to actually make legacy content that you will watch after the fact because it has posterity and meaning. That's what I'm doing. I'm not just here to entertain just the live audience. I'm here to make content also for an on-demand audience who will watch after the fact. So I have to do things differently. I don't just have an archive stream that doesn't even say what's in the stream and you have to watch it raw and skip around. I edit it out. I have the parts that are the playthrough, the parts that are the morning show, the parts that are the podcast, the parts that are the daily wrap, and I edit them out. I title them. I put them in playlists. I put thumbnails. I put the extra work in so that people will actually watch after the fact on demand. And I do have good on-demand viewership. I still bring in about 500,000 views a month on the DSP gaming channel. And that's with the decline in viewership on streams because people are watching on Kick. I want you to think about that. Since I started co-streaming on Kick, I have seen no decline in views on YouTube. You would think, well, you should, because now your streams are split. No. So in reality, since I started streaming on Kick, I've actually increased my total viewership every month because all those views I get on Kick are actually additional views to what I usually would get. And I do get residual ad revenue on all of the videos that I put on YouTube, which is a focus of mine. I want people to watch the content after the fact. Right now, I'm getting far more revenue on the back end for Resident Evil. Like, I'm actually getting a lot of revenue on the back end because the videos are all getting thousands of views. And this will continue for a couple of weeks. Like, that playthrough will probably get decent viewership for about 2 to 3 weeks. So by the time it's all said and done, this playthrough will be very profitable for me. Even if the viewership falls off at the end, it's still fine. It's going to do well. And I'm happy for that, that people watch it after the fact. It's a different product than, oh, yo, hi, everyone. I'm here to entertain the audience. Let's act weird. Let's scream. Let's do backflips. Let's fucking drink this energy drink. Let's bounce off the wall. Oh, let's play Resident Evil. Oh, let's play Resident Evil. Oh, we're playing Resident Evil now. Oh, we're getting through Resident Evil. Oh, look, we killed all these. Oh, Resident. Oh, what's next? Oh, let's react. Let's react to some news. Oh, news. Oh, what's next? Oh, my God, I can't even believe it. This guy just said something about me. Let's see what he said. Oh, look, let's react to that. Let's do it. Oh, let's play Resident Evil. Let's Resident Evil. That's not me. Okay? That's not my content. That's what a lot of people do. These streamers, they're crazy, and they're just there in the moment to act a fool and try to entertain an audience. Their eyes are always like this. As they move around. Whatever. You know me. I've always been real. I've always been myself. I'm not a cartoon character. I'm not acting. The one time I would say I ever acted was back in the day, the commentary when I was playing a game, I would always try to say something risque to get a rise out of the audience. But outside of that, I've been a legit person myself for a long time now, over a decade, being the real me on the internet and making the content that I want to make and being successful at it. And I'm happy for that. So thank you for that, for supporting it, watching it, really. Why? Now, listen to this retarded statement. You don't sound jealous at all. Crying. Who the fuck is jealous? I don't want to be like that at all. I have no desire to be a fake cartoon character bouncing off the fucking walls to satisfy an audience of young people who have ADD. I don't give two shits. That audience means nothing. I want to put out content that's meaningful for people who have fucking brains, who are, have an IQ above 50, and who actually want to see something meaningful. When you watch my Resident Evil 9 playthrough, I want you to laugh. I want you to cry. I do. I want you to cry at the parts that I suck at. But at the end of the day, when I beat the game, I want you to have gotten a good representation of what the game is, so you can judge for yourself if that's a good game, bad game, or somewhere in between. All right? That's my goal. Not, I got 5 minutes, I laughed at the stream, and I fucking, No, that's not what it's about for me. Captain Psycho says, I watch your stuff on demand most of the time. I'm usually working when you're streaming. And I know that. Listen, my longevity speaks volumes, right? It does. The fact that I'm still here and I'm still relevant and I have an audience that watches me every day live, but I also have an audience that watches this stuff on demand and equally they enjoy the content. That means something to me. That's why I go that extra mile to curate that content to make sure that it is watchable and easily followable on the channel, because of the thumbnails, the titles, the playlists, and everything that I put the extra work into, instead of just saying, I finished my stream for today and I made a few bucks doing the stream, so I just throw the archive stream up with absolutely no effort and then I'm done for the day. I don't do that. Rude Fossa says, can we get a moment of silence for Highguard? Got the big D main event reveal spot at Game Awards, and they already said, nah, that's our bad. We're going to shut it down. Yeah, because no one's playing it. It's as I've said, the game didn't need to exist. I played it, and I knew within that one stream, there is nothing unique or meaningful about the game. The characters are all combinations of lifted of other games and slapped together. It's a combination of a hero shooter and Apex Legends with a base takeover mechanic that's not fun and no one cares about. The game didn't need to be made. The fact that they invested that much money in it means the people who have money are morons and don't know how to invest it. You had no clue that game wasn't what people wanted, then don't invest your money in video games because you're clueless. You're an idiot, right? You just got your money taken from you. You're completely stupid. But that's because they don't ask gamers about anything. Here's who they ask: the journalists and the influencers. They're not gamers, okay? Those two groups are not gamers. They're not. They benefit from games. They exploit games for profits, but they're not gamers. You actually have to ask real gamers what they want, then you'll make good products. But they don't do that. They ask the wrong fucking people. Why? Because they're money chasers. They only care about making the almighty dollar. They don't care about putting out a meaningful product that has longevity, that has, cultural relevance. They don't care about any of that. They just, how do I make the most profit? Well, it's not working anymore. You're chasing trends. You're trying to do copycat, content. No one cares. No one's going to buy that content anymore. Marathon very likely is the next to fail, and that comes out tomorrow. Likely that's the next to fail. Because again, it's just trend chasing. It's literally a game that doesn't have to exist and doesn't really innovate. Caterade, thank you for $2. Says, I wish you could get sponsored. You deserve it. Caterade, I'll just say this. I'm happy that I'm not sponsored, because if I was sponsored, number one, I probably would have to change myself. And what I mean by that is the people who get those sponsorships aren't really honest. Okay? And you might say, well, are you shit talking all people with sponsors? No. But I want you to think about this, okay? The moment that someone gets a sponsorship and then actually is honest about the product that they're sponsored by, they lose the sponsorship, or they're going to lose future opportunities. So even if they are, I want you to think about the temptation of taking a sponsorship and not being positive, right? Like, you're always going to want to be positive about something you're sponsored by, because that means future opportunities with more sponsorships. The more positive you are when you have sponsors, the more money you make. The more favored you are, the more things you get early. It's too dangerous. It's too tempting. It's not a situation I would want to be put into, because then I couldn't be honest and transparent with all of you. If I were sponsored by Capcom playing Resident Evil Requiem, I probably wouldn't be criticizing the game at all. You wouldn't know that I don't like the pacing and that I would have preferred to have alternation between Grace and Leon. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know that there's certain things that I didn't like that I was critical of. I wouldn't even mention it. I just play the game with a smile on my face like this, and then finish it, and then on to the next and bring in the money. That's what sponsorships entail. I don't want to be like that. Even if you're not contractually obligated to say positive things, you're going to be tempted to anyway. Or you're going to be tempted to hold back on your criticisms so that you can continue to be in the good graces of these companies who are sponsoring you. I don't want to be in that position ever. I don't. I had opportunity to do it back in the day. As soon as I got big on YouTube, I started getting opportunities. People were offering me things. PR companies were reaching out. Hey, we want to sign you up and do this and do that. And I ignored them all. I just wanted to do it for myself so I can make honest content. And here I am 18 years later, still doing it. I may be for a very small audience, but I'm still doing it. And I'm still successful at doing it. And I'm happy that I can be myself and not be influenced by this kind of nonsense, which is, it's this machine now that they've created that you have to be positive and kiss butt, only say good things, rush through the game, be positive with it, get the next game for free early, get profit from that, wash, rinse, repeat. This is endless cycle of garbage. It's not quality content. It's just paid advertisement nonstop. I don't want to be a part of that. It's a vicious cycle of nonsense, and people just are so used to it now. It's so commonplace to see the big streamer get the game early, get the sponsorship, play the game. Haha, it's so good. What's the point? You know? Now, of course, the other half of that is if I do get a sponsorship, people get harassed anyway by my detractors. That is a factor. But in reality, I don't want to be a sponsored guy where all I'm doing is pushing, kissing butt, selling product, saying good, happy things. I don't. I want to be honest, you know? So I took the different path. It's a challenging path, let me tell you. It is a challenging path, but it's a good one, in my opinion. It's a noble one. Let's see here. Someone tipped $2 says, that was the worst XQC impression I've ever seen. The fact that you're saying it's an XQC impression when I don't know XQC's content speaks volumes. Seriously. I wasn't trying to do an XQC impression. I don't know what kind of content he puts out. I've never watched him. Besides, I think the one clip that we reacted to him on my React show 2-3 years ago, I've never seen the guy in action. So the fact that you even made that association means that you don't understand what I'm saying. It's that simple. Root Foster says, I see Raycon and HelloFresh ads on every YouTuber's video nowadays. The sponsor, everyone is trying to sell their products that are Factor. Yeah. You know, and the truth is, like, for example, those meal plans are awful. They're awful. Did you ever look into them? So they're going to sell you ingredients so you can make your own meal. All right. That's great. Which you could do by yourself. If you put 5 minutes of effort in, you could find recipes just like the ones that the meal plans are selling you. You can buy exactly the same ingredients at your local grocery store for cheaper, and you can just make the meals yourself. You literally pay like double for those meal plans. It's a complete waste of money. they don't serve any purpose except if you're incredibly fucking lazy and you can't do 5 to 10 minutes of work to research a meal. Then maybe I guess the meal plan, you think there's value there. But I mean, you want to talk about the laziness of society. I can't even be bothered to figure out how to make a meal for myself and my family. That's too hard. I'm going to pay someone else to do it. Wow. Again, my wife and I are eating very healthy right now. Almost everything we eat is incredibly healthy. And it doesn't take tons of extra effort to do. It takes a little bit of research. What's the healthy alternative to the really bad thing that most people eat? And then you just make the meal with that. And you end up being healthy, losing weight. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a cool alternative to say a meal plan where I pay someone exorbitant amounts of money just to make one meal, you know? And, oh, it's easy to do. Yeah, so's everything else. It's not actually that hard. It's not rocket science, you know? Captain Psycho says, my girlfriend and I meal prep every weekend. We usually do Saturday and Sunday for the whole week. That's a smart way to do it. To be honest, that's an absolutely smart way to do it. If you can save time by doing all the work up front and then just spacing it out and being able to eat and, you know, cook quickly during the week, that's a very smart way to do it. We don't do it that way. I think maybe we should eventually, but we don't do it that way. We actually each day have a different meal that's planned and we cook. Sometimes we have leftovers for a day, which is fine. But for the most part, we are doing different meals every day, and it does take more work that way. But you do eat something different every day as well. So, but no, the whole planning out healthy meals and having them pre-prepped and everything is actually a really smart way to do it. No, I said LTG was a dumbass because I thought he was doing the meal plans that you buy. I had no idea. The way that it was said in the video that I was watching, it didn't make sense. Like, it sounded to me like he was doing one of the meal prep subscription plans. I didn't understand that he was making his meals in advance and eating them slow. If that's what it was, I never would have criticized it. It was confusing the way it was worded in the video that I reacted to, and I misunderstood it, and I was wrong in that regard on what I was saying. It wasn't what he does. So. Am I saying he's actually smart? Oh, no, he's not smart in any way, shape, or form. That's going a little too far.